follows it. Edler's back. Another change in the power play. Henrik Sedin, stretch pass to Daniel. He tipped the puck in and goes after it himself. Burrows is with him, and the pass is out of his reach. Havlat is back. Up the boards to Chris Versteeg. Havlat tried to give him the puck back. Now he's got it on his own, and the play goes just offside. And a bump after the whistle. Havlat, Kevin Bieksa. And another version of hockey's scrum dog millionaires.
Well, you've seen the Chicago Blackhawks take some chances, even penalty killing here. There's been 5 odd man rushes in this long sequence. So Joel Quenneville's team's got to find a way to get something going and get some energy here. And, you know, you're dealing with a group of youngsters that don't have a long resume to look back on and say, well, how did we handle this situation? They had some adversity in games 3 and 4 in Calgary, and I think gained a lot of confidence off of it. But not a place like this. On the road, down 3-0, nothing really going on. And Jim, they haven't, although getting 18 shots, done much to get to Roberto Luongo at all.
Burrows spotted Daniel Sedin for a long pass, but it was tipped, so he couldn't get it. Bieksa slap pass to the side of the net, went off the side of the goal. Henrik tries to throw it in front. The buzzer goes. The period is over. And the Blackhawks are just about out of this. There'll be 3 seconds to go on the Kane penalty at the start of the 3rd period. And the lads will break this up and go to the dressing room. After 40 minutes is coming up on Hockey Night in Canada. Don Cherry will be along. Mark Crawford, the
time where they've just been spectators watching. He goes back with the Sedins, but maybe a timeout should have been better.
Instead, it's an offside, and he'll get a timeout right now. Maybe he sensed that this was coming, and he'd get his timeout and save his 32nd timeout. Back in a moment. Patrick Kane has a pair. Dave Bolland has his first ever Stanley Cup playoff goal, and the Hawks have pulled even.
How quickly things change. Early in the 3rd, a loose puck, and Patrick Kane, like he does so often, he finds it first. Power play, Kane on the doorstep, puts it back, and then Bolland, very similar. A shot from the point, an excellent effort by Duncan Keith, and there's Bolland on the doorstep that wins the battle for the loose puck. And Jim, you go back to the end of the 2nd period, as now all of a sudden a little bit of confidence and cockiness comes back to the Chicago Blackhawks. A 4-minute power play for the Vancouver Canucks with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left in the 2nd and nothing. And that comes back to haunt you.
And the Young Hawks have tied it up. Daniel and Henrik Sedin working for the puck here. Burrows in front of the net. Duncan Keith swept the puck away from him. Here's Martin Havlat with Versteeg and Kane again. The X is the first man back. Olin had the puck get out of his reach. Havlat tried to center, and Roberto Luongo freezes the puck.
Right now, you think about this series coming in, everybody talking about the advantage to the Canucks, the experience factor. Alain Vigneault gets his matchups being on home ice, but right now it's the fact the inexperience, I think, really helps the Chicago Blackhawks. Jim, they're not overthinking themselves. Once they struggled through 2 periods, they killed off a couple of penalties, they were undisciplined, but now once the tide turns, this is a loose and flying bunch that has not a worry in the world.
As soon as the game got to 5-on-5, they picked up their game, led by Patrick Kane, who seemed to energize the team, and Ben Eager to a certain extent as well. Here's Ryan Johnson. There's a break for Vancouver. Could be 3-on-2. He gets the puck deep. Wellwood is there with him. Shane O'Brien up on the rush as well. Johnson, Bernier, and Wellwood play together here. Shane O'Brien trying to hold the puck in against Dustin Byfuglien. What a shift he had last time out. One of the best of the game.
You just see the strength and the abilities. But again, the confidence level of this team now. They weren't making plays like that, Jim. They weren't having any composure early on. They were in between. They were throwing the puck away, and they're a completely different team now.
Here's Daniel Sedin. Stopped by Duncan Keith, who quickly comes back the other way. His pass, somehow it got through to Ben Eager for Dave Bolland. Brouwer drives the net. Mitchell blocked the pass. Willie Mitchell up the boards. Here's Alex Burrows with the Sedin twins. 3-on-2 to center. Burrows will go wide on Keith. Got the puck through to Daniel, but it was tipped on the way. Henrik. Daniel's in front of the net. Pass comes back to Willie Mitchell. Edler on the other side. The screen is set up, but the shot was blocked by Brouwer, who broke his stick in doing so. Edler trying to hold the line, can't do it.
What a break that was for Chicago. As you mentioned, Brouwer had no stick. The Canucks could have kept the pressure on.
Duncan Keith looks up ice. Patrick Sharp checked by Kevin Bieksa. Turned the play back. Pavel Demitra with Sundin and Kessler. Bieksa can't hold the puck into the line this time.
Keith and Seabrook got to get off here. They've been dead tired. That was an all-world shift again by Duncan Keith, making transition plays and playing hard defense.
A little shoot in by Kessler. Demitra and Cam Barker come together. Barker gets the puck. Kevin Bieksa pinches down for Vancouver and holds the puck in for Sundin. Pavel Demitra turns. He's got Kessler in front. Back to Mats Sundin. Taves can't get inside. The backhanded wraparound. Turned aside by Nick Habibulin. Pavel Demitra. Cycles broken by Taves, but Bieksa holds the puck into the net. Tipped once and then off the skate of Mats Sundin. Olin holds the line. Demitra. Kessler shoots it just wide of the net. Might have had a stick check by Burish. Here's Patrick Sharp with Burish, and Seabrook still on the ice and up on the play. There's the pass. Burish shoots. Luongo makes the save. Rebounds. Bouncing around in front of the net. Finally knocked down by Bieksa. Burish holds it in. Blocked by Bieksa, but he still has the puck. Off the bench comes Kane. He's checked. Hjalmarsson shoots. Luongo got a little piece of that after a deflection. Here's Patrick Kane. Olin's trying to stay with him. Off the boards and in deep. Kevin Bieksa. Havlat comes right at him. And Bieksa clears the puck to center and completes a change. Late in the third period, the Blackhawks have come back to tie Vancouver 3-3. Here's Brian Campbell to Chris Versteeg. Martin Havlat is with him. Versteeg's shot was blocked by Willie Mitchell. That hurt. Out at center, Matt Walker. Havlat. Here's Chris Versteeg with Patrick Kane. Pass intercepted by Kyle Wellwood. Back quickly the other way. Bernier trying to drive the net. Plays broken up nicely by Matt Walker. Here's Marty Havlat to Chris Versteeg. Waiting for traffic. Hits the trailer. Tipped back to Walker, but Kyle Wellwood gets the puck. Canucks are 4-on-1 through center. Mason Raymond fakes. Bernier stopped by Habibulin. Rebound. Salo scores. A 4-on-1 rush. A brilliant save, and Salo follows the play to the net. Vancouver has the lead again.
It's the pluses and minuses of inexperience. At times you get fearless and you think you can do anything. Instead of being cautious at the end of the game, Barker gets caught, creates a 4-on-1, but what a save by Habibulin. And Salo doing exactly what he should. Look at, stick on the ice, follow the puck in, hunt the rebound down, and Walker was there. You don't think Mike Gillis, Lauren Henning, Stan Schmiel, Lawrence Gilliman, all pretty excited. The bench erupts. A 4-on-1 opportunity that for a second looked like was stymied by Habibulin ends up in the back of the net.
You can still hear the exhale in the building. Habibulin's heading for the bench for the extra attacker. This is not over yet. We're in the last minute. 6 Chicago attackers. Vancouver has the Sedins on here trying to defend. There's Dustin Byfuglien battling hard with Henrik Sedin and Bieksa. Bieksa up the boards. Duncan Keith holds the puck in. Boland over to Brent Seabrook into the crowd. The puck is deflected up into the netting, stopping play with 39 seconds to go in the third period. And Sammy Salo from Bernier and Raymond. Salo might have his second game winner of the playoffs.
Well, heads-up play by Salo, jumping up after the poor decision by the Blackhawks. Again, just the inexperience, Jim, of not reading the play. Timeout called, of course, by Chicago here. But it's the inexperience of the Blackhawks, and I think a little bit of the feeling like they can do anything. I mean, they've turned this whole period around. They had all kinds of confidence. But watch the poor decision-making here. There wasn't really much of a chance. There's 3 guys back for the Vancouver Canucks, and the D go down. And 4 guys deep. The defenseman Barker didn't read it very well. The forwards didn't cover. And this is just your worst nightmare. The last minute and a half. And then even the back checker not picking up the dangerous man. As a good play by Raymond, a great save by Habibulin. But Barker coming back dead tired, forgets the most dangerous guy.
So 4-3 Vancouver with 39 seconds left in the third.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything, haven't we? The place was dead, and now look at its back. Third period, the Chicago Blackhawks, young team on the road, took this crowd right out of it, and now not so much.
Paulson, Kane, Byfuglien, Bolin, and Havlat all up front. Brian Campbell lined up behind them. Kane got the draw. Brian Campbell, there's the shot by Bolin, and Luongo got across and made the save.
Jim, just a little bit too far to the outside as Bolin drifted. They got exactly what they wanted. The one draw by Paulson, he kicks it back, but watch how far out to the outside. Roberto Luongo fought so hard to find that pass. Look at him fight through the traffic, found it, and then just slid across. But that shot should have been from about 5 or 6 feet closer to the inside. Bolin there just drifted far too out of the shooting lane.
So the faceoff moves to the other side, and Paulson will have to face Ryan Kessler, who's on his strong side, but he wins the draw. Bolin gets the puck. The crowd forms in front of the net. Pat Kane, who scored twice. Havlat's in front of the goal. The pass comes around to Brian Campbell. Byfuglien's in front of the net. The Canucks get the puck. 3-on-1 with an empty net. And that'll do it. With 16 seconds to go, Ryan Johnson finishes it off.
I don't know if you could read Scotty Bowman's lip, but he said, Campbell, why did Campbell go in the corner? And exactly, Kane was looking for someone in the slot area, and Campbell went deep in the corner. Kane tried to throw it around to him, and watch the bouncing puck. We're talking late in the game, bad ice, and a hop over the stick of Campbell, and a nice pass across. A little bit of a delay by Johnson.
So the Canucks survive a scare. But if nothing else, the Blackhawks have to feel good that they can get their game to a level that they can compete with the Canucks. Game 1 goes to Vancouver, barely. Well, Craig, the third period was more of what we expected this series to be like, and probably will be the rest of the way.
Yeah, they start to take a life of their own, do the series, after a little bit of jarring back and forth. I think a couple interesting things. I think for the Chicago Blackhawks, they felt at least that they were able to get to Roberto Luongo and get back in the game. Nikolai Khabibulin had a fairly solid affair, but the experience and the comeback push by the Vancouver Canucks with the late goal gives them a huge first game win on home ice.
Khabibulin has now gone 11 straight games against Vancouver without being able to beat them. And Vancouver has won its first 5 games of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Kyle Wellwood had a pair of assists, named one of the stars here tonight. Vancouver outshot Chicago 31-27. A popular choice as a star here tonight, the first star of the game. Lots more coverage of this game 1 coming up. Don Cherry along with Ron McLean. Vancouver got the first one, 5-3 over Chicago.